Let's head to the voicemail of Truth and Reason about this year's free agency in the NFL.
Since Andrew Berry's been ahead at GM for the Browns, he's made a splash at the free agency, whether it be Jack Conklin, Austin Hooper, Troy Hill, the guy John Johnson III. Who do you think this year's splash free agent signing for the Browns? Do you think he'll go for a Chandler Jones, or would it be just like bringing back Jadeveon Clowney, or maybe a big-time wide receiver, hearing that maybe they might trade for DK Metcalf? I don't know how true that is. Just want to hear your thoughts. Thank you.
All right, we appreciate all of the voicemails. And Tim, I think the splash move may have been Cooper. You're seeing some high-priced, big-name guys kind of come off the board. So you might have to go and build around those second wave. Cooper's a pretty big fish as far as, adding to your roster.
No doubt he is. I think he's definitely – that's going to end up being one of the more underrated moves, I think, right now of the offseason, especially today we've seen all the crazy money that's been thrown around. I mean, Christian Kirk got a lot of money, among other players that have already kind of gone in this first wave. And it's usually that second wave of guys where we see the money kind of come down a little bit, where, it's less reckless spending that you see after, day one, maybe after day two of free agency. And I wonder if that's where the Browns go, knowing they only got about $11 million to change in cap space to work with now. Although we have seen in the past that the salary cap can easily be manipulated. I mean, teams have time and again found ways to kind of manipulate contracts to fit into the cap space, to get under that cap number. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that the Browns could sign an Allen Robinson. They could sign Chandler Jones, both of whom I think would be great fits, really good complementary pieces to help out each respective side of the ball, which are the two biggest needs right now: second edge rusher and another dynamic receiver to pair with Amari Cooper. But, Andrew Berry, been aggressive. He's made moves that have made sense, and he's made moves that have looked really good, at least at the time. Most of them haven't really blown up, and if they haven't worked out, it hasn't been, colossal failure in terms of the moves he's made. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of, how things play out once the dust kind of starts to settle a little bit on this opening wave.